if that was how he was playing it.
And now this is a big shot for Stephen. Has to take the red on, and should he miss it, would more than likely leave Steve in.
No. $16. 17.
And now has to go into those reds and disturb something. And you'll be delighted with that outcome.
$32. $33. $39. 40. $45. 46.
And now the next red is going to be a little difficult. Not easy to get into those four reds.
$51.
And that's a tremendous pot there from Stephen. And I feel that's another frame-winning shot.
58. 59. $66. 67. 73.
1 And this is just dream snooker that Stephen Hendry is playing at the present time.
$78. $85. $87. $90.
So now, a very good prospect of 2 centuries in 2 frames.
99.
His 5th century. Tremendous, tremendous. A break of 123 in the first frame, followed by one of 112 in the second. Such flair, such fluency, such natural talent, and I think he's sensed that this is a very big moment in his snooker career, and he's responding accordingly. He did win the Grand Prix at Reading a couple of seasons ago, but if he wins this will be the biggest championship he's ever won. It would in fact be the 3rd world ranking tournament he's won this season, having already won the Asian Open in Bangkok and the Dubai Classic. Terrific, isn't it, John?
I just can't believe what I'm seeing, Clive. The one thing you can say, Steve Davis hasn't made a mistake yet. I mean, that is the uncanny part of it. The first shot there, Steve knocked a good long red in, played a good safety shot. Done nothing wrong, but you just can't beat someone that's playing snooker like that.
Yes, that's the thing about snooker. If you're not one good pot in, you can clear the table from it. But you have to be good. Sensible shot that. I think a year or so ago he might have been tempted to go for it. And I think that's where Hendry has come on in the last 12 months. He's always had tremendous natural potting and break building. He's got more tactical awareness now and getting more every match he plays.
Yes, and the other side of the coin, of course, if you had to pick anyone to withstand an onslaught like this and come back against it, I suppose you'd have to pick Steve Davis. Been through it all before. And a long way to go in this match yet.
4. Five.
And want to come down the right-hand side of the table here, I would think. Red at the back of the pack there, and the red just above the black, both possible in this left-hand corner.
Eight. Nine.
And this time, not such a good shot from Steve. Overhit that one, and I think we'll probably just see a safety shot now.
Nine. Steve Davis.
Well, whether he got a kick there, Clive, or not, I'm not too sure. Or whether he just underhit it. But certainly not a good shot.
The contact sounded clean enough to me.
And again, these are not the shots we normally see Steve Davis play. Usually takes particular attention on the movement of the reds when playing safe.
Eight. Nine. Sixteen. 17.
And now we'll have to go into the pack.
Ball stroke. Stephen Hendry, 17. 7, Steve Davis.
And unfortunate there, red went into the centre pocket. And what a difference that could make.
It looked like another big break from Hendry. But Davis has missed his chance.
One.
Not the best shot from Stephen, but when potting the blue, we'll probably just nudge the red towards the centre pocket.
Six. 7.
And I've said it so many times when Steve's been at the table in the past, that although there are 6 reds on and only a 14-point lead, things are looking ominous for Steve.
14.
Wouldn't be at all surprised to see Stephen Hendry clinch this frame at this visit.
$20. 21. $27. 28. 35.
Hasn't developed an easy red.
$35. Stephen Hendry.
So still a glimmer of a chance for Davis.
Well, Steve obviously looking at this plant into the centre. But if that is on, then it's a bad mistake from Stephen. Well, it certainly isn't a plant, but he may knock the other red in.
That's not what he played. He didn't mean to pop the second red. He meant to play the first red in off it. Still counts, though.
Yes, and Clive, so often that happens. When a player is playing well, everything seems to go for him.
Stephen Hendry.
So Stephen Hendry, 44 points in front, possible 43 on the table. So one snooker required by Steve. And this looks possible.
So Davis needs a totally ungettable number of snookers now.
Eight. 11. Oh, sorry, 10. Ten on the frame.
The first 3 frames of the final session go to Stephen Hendry. He leads Steve Davis by 14 frames to 10.
Well, sitting at home, what do you make of all this? Last asked Ray Edmonds, who's sitting here with me. Ray, what do you make of all this?
Well, it's exciting, but I mean, it's superb stuff that Stephen's playing at the moment. You know, he had a little bit of bad luck in the last frame, but it turned out to be good luck as it happened.
There were a couple of shots there. Let's take a look. One that Hendry played, which was a chance. Here it is.
Yes, he knocks the black in cleanly, goes into the pack, splits them nicely, and as you see, the red going into the middle pocket. And that could have turned out to be a bit of a tragedy, David, because if at that time Steve Davis had come in and knocked this red that we're going to see into the middle pocket and made a few points out of it, well, young Hendry might have had a little bit knocked out of him. As you see here, it's not a difficult red at all. And, well, we don't see Steve miss them. It must be a bit of pressure getting to him.
He hasn't had much chance to pot any balls this evening, really, has he?
Well, no, he's cold, isn't he? You know, I mean, the lad is playing so smoothly.
Yeah, but that's the sort of chance he's got to take with the way that Hendry's going. 1, 2, 3, 112, and he was nearly there again. But if Davis can't take those, anyway, here we go. 14. He's won the lot so far tonight to Davis's 10.
And 14-10 is within 2 frames of victory for Hendry.
Yes, and I think we have to comment on that first pot of Steve's there after the onslaught he's had from Stephen Hendry. That was a tremendous pot.
7. Thirteen. Twenty. 21. 28. 29. 36. 37. 38. 45.
So this is the last of the loose reds. Steve now working out a plan to disturb the pike after potting this red.
$45.
Certainly has one red there just below the pink into the corner pocket.
$53. $60. $61.
That's two. Steve just showing us in here that he isn't finished with. A tremendous reply. Of course, Clive, the unfortunate thing for Steve here is that there's an interval after this frame.
Yes, if he does make a big clear up here, he won't be able to let his inspiration run on. He'll just have to sit in his dressing room for 20 minutes.
69.
Already well past the point, of course, where Stephen Hendry needs snookers. But what a tremendous session of snooker we're seeing here tonight.
Two centuries by Hendry already this evening. And a possibility of one from Davis, although that's come rather awkwardly.
$80. $81.
And now Davis has a chance to set a new target for the highest break of the televised phase.
$88.
3 reds, 3 blacks, and all the colours would give him 139.
$89.
And Steve disgusted with that. I
96.
think he felt he got a kick. But still a chance. Thin cut into the centre. And a lot of check side on the white there to hold for the black.
105.
A kick there. The cue ball left the bed of the table and certainly didn't spring back to its intended position on the pink.
And the amazing, Clive, up to this evening's session, I think there was only 5 centuries in the whole of the televised stages of the tournament.
Well,
111.
it may be due to the fact that some players lose interest after they've won the frame.
113.
With 60 or 70 or so, but tonight has been really terrific. Snooker for the gods.
116. 120. 125. 131.
The champion's response to Hendry winning the first 3 frames of the evening session. A total clearance of 138 by Steve Davis reduces Stephen Hendry's lead to 14 frames to 11.
You had to say you don't believe it. Do you believe it, Ray?
Well, Clive just said snooker from the gods. I think it was by the gods.
Yeah.
I mean, that is probably the best 4 frames of snooker I have ever seen in my life in succession.
After what's happened in this final already, with this afternoon, I don't think I've ever seen 2 players of that calibre so edgy. I mean, the number of balls they missed, and missed important ones as well.
Yeah, I think they both have been looking for this match, you know, with a long session to play. But it both got them this afternoon. I think Hendry, because suddenly thought he'd got it and was starting to think about it, and Steve, because he thought he was starting to lose it, and it had to have an effect on them, David. You know, I mean, tremendous mental pressure.
Yeah. But how can they come out this evening, I mean, Hendry in particular, and start knocking in century? Davis made a few mistakes, and suddenly he does what he's just done.
That's why they're the best 2 players in the world, you see. It's a mental thing, and I think they both learnt to accept disappointments. They both learnt to accept that the other guy's liable to get it, and they come out and forget it, start again. And, I mean, both superb at it.
I know you're a betting man. Do you want to lay a bet now? Because what's happening now is live on this Sunday night.
6-4 Len Ganley. No, I mean, I wouldn't have a bet on a match like this. I couldn't stand the pressure. It's bad enough watching it anyway.
That's right. You wouldn't like to be playing now, I bet.
No. Well, yeah, I don't know. I might be, you know.
If you were playing like that.
That's right, yeah.
Let's just take a look at this century break board, because it is quite remarkable. We're just saying that up until this final, there'd only been, what was there, 5 of them. And Davis's best was on a 136, and all of a sudden, of course, he's beaten that, got a 138. But I think the impressive thing, the amount of breaks that Hendry's got in there. I mean, he comes out this evening, he already had a couple on the board, comes out this evening, knocks in a 123, knocks in a 112, already got a 120, and can you believe all that? Of course, the man who does get the best century break, and the way this is going, even that could be beaten, I think, because it's 14-11 at the moment, and just remind you that you've got to get 16 to win it. What's happening here, that 138 could well be beaten. But at the moment, Davis is standing on £8,000. He won't worry about that one bit. He wants not just this title, but he wants to beat Stephen Hendry. No doubt about it at all. So there's the century breaks, but we were talking, they're on an interval at the moment, as you've seen. We were talking to Ray Edmonds there about this afternoon's play, and I was just looking back together, not just a century, the first he's got of the final, but the best of this whole championship. So we've got quite a few minutes left of this programme, and there's only one place to go. That's to the table on which this Stormsea United Kingdom Championship final is being played. Len Ganley looks pretty serious. Stephen Hendry, Steve Davis. 14 to Hendry, 11 to Davis. Hendry needs 2, and Davis needs 5. £100,000 the prize, the title, and the battle between these two, far more important. We're still live here in Preston Guildhall. This is where we'll stay to the end of this first programme. We do have another one, of course, tonight. Your commentators, Ted Lowe and John Spencer. Davis to break, 11-14.
The world champion with 3 frames to make up and intent on doing it.
7. $14. 15.
The excitement and the dramas gradually unfolding in this final now.
This time Steve not quite high enough on the red, so down for the blue.
Steve Gibbs.
Well, I don't know what you think about that one, John.
Well, that's a bad mistake by Steve. But with Stephen Hendry in this sort of mood, he can't afford to let him in with easy reds like that.
$8. 9. $16. 17. 24. 24. Stephen Hendry.
So they can both miss the easy ones.
Yes, and this has left Steve a red into the left-hand corner pocket, but needs a little bit of luck with the position on this shot. Won't have much idea where the white's going.
1.
Happy with that shot. Red spread beautifully.
Seven. 8. 15. 16.
Just overrun that one a little.
22. Three.
A couple of frames ago, John, you described this play absolutely perfectly. You called it dream snooker.
Yes, Ted. And in actual fact, this frame is the first one we've really seen any mistakes made in. Both players missed a rather easy shot. And again, we see another mistake. This time on the positional side of play. So just a safety shot left for Steve now.
He's 28 points in front.
Steve Davis, 30.
And that is an excellent safety shot from Steve. I'm quite certain wherever Stephen looks here, there's danger. I think he's taking the bull by the horns and trying to pot his way out of trouble.
And he's left half a chance. It's a long one. I think the world champions got away with it.
Stephen getting the white tight against the cushion, so there's no chance for Steve to get the ball back. against this black cushion. Well, that was a very risky shot that Stephen played there. May have got away with it, although I think Steve can get to this red into the centre pocket.
Seven. Steve Davis. 7.
Well, whatever happened there?
Well, I find that hard to believe, Ted. Those are positions when Steve is usually at his most dangerous. Very rare he misses chances of clinching the frames in those positions.
Has the red for the centre pocket.
Six.
The two last reds are both difficult.
Stephen Hendry. 12.
Only 23 points in it. A possible 43 points on the table. He could have left that one.
Yes, played the right shot, I feel, but just over hit it. Wanted the red about 2 foot back down the table and the white tight against the cushion. Not the best of kisses for Steve on the black there. Could just roll up to the yellow and play the snooker. I think what he would like to do would probably try and get the snooker behind the brown or blue and push the green down near this side cushion.
One, Steve Davis.
Electing to try and push the brown safe, but would have liked it much nearer that side cushion.
This looks good.
Well, hasn't left it there, but could have got himself in a little bit of trouble. Pretty easy safety shot now for Stephen.
Steve appears to have overcome all the anguish of the earlier part tournament.
And although that was a brilliant hit by Stephen, rather fortunate to get the snooker.
Nice picture there of the setting here at the Guildhall, Preston, the home of this UK Snooker Championship.
And this time, Steve's turn to be a little fortunate.
Strikes me, John, they're trying to hide that red from one another.
And looking at Stephen's face there, I think Steve can get through to this red. So now 25 points in front. Just a colour required.
Seven.
He's running off.
9, Steve Davis. 4, Stephen Hendry.
Well, the foul didn't matter. It was Davis's frame, 12-14. The pace had slowed. After all, the first 4 had gone off like a rocket. But even though Davis had pulled one back, he knew he had to win 4 out of the last 5.
27th frame, Stephen Hendry to break.
And that certainly isn't a good break from Stephen.
And it appears the pressure is still on both these young men. Steve Davis a long way away from that pot.
Yes, and as I said before, Ted, it's surprising sometimes a bad shot can let you in.
Eight. Nine.
Obviously, the red at the back of the pack there will go into... And when potting this, he'll be splitting the other reds, probably
16.
using the back of the pack to screw back. And apparently not, using top. And that was a lot better pot than it looked, under a lot of pressure there with the red spread.
$25. $30. $31.
Cue ball run awkwardly this time.
$31.
Satisfied with his 31 points there, and keeping Steve at bay. It's all ticking over in that mind.
Steve there, unfortunately, hitting the wrong side of the red. Wanted to catch the other side. So let Stephen in again.
One. Eight. Nine. $15. 16.
Undecided on either pink or black. That puts him 54 points in front.
And I think he's judged that to perfection.
23.
If he can just get to that bottom one of those two reds.
$23. Stephen Hendry.
He's not terribly happy about that. He's left 7 reds.
One. Eight. Nine. $15.
Oh, that one knocked twice before it went in.
$21. $22.
And Steve is disgusted with that shot. Let it get away. Didn't quite get into the white. And left himself in a very awkward position here. Could still pot the black.
Steve Davis, 22.
It needs thinking about. To lose this final means losing £52,000.
Well, we've got two reds on the side cushion there, but I'm sure Stephen wishes one of the colours was tied up. 32-point lead.
And it appears that Stephen has got the world champion snookered on all three.
And that's just what he didn't want to do. I think he's left Stephen a straight red into this left-hand black pocket.
Left himself awkward.
Yes, and of course, no matter what colour he takes, he still needs another red. And that was a tremendous shot. Put everything into that and deserves to win the frame with it. So now Steve needs snookers.
Eleven.
43 points ahead. Only 35 points left now.
11.
Yes, if we had a shot of the championship here, the yellow ball by Hendry there, the displacement of the red would win it by a mile. So Steve Davis now in real trouble. He's only ever lost one United Kingdom Championship final.
Can the world champion save the match? He's had a tough battle all through this final.
Foul stroke, 4, Steve Davis.
Well, I think Stephen had a go at that red and was rather fortunate to going off. Had he left it near this back cushion, it could have been a lot more dangerous for him.
One.
And again, that doesn't help him either.
Steve Davis, 1.
Steve is given a touching ball by referee Len Ganley. Just taking the cue ball off the 2 cushions at the top here and tucking it away. Oh! Well, what a bad shot, John, that was.
Well, I can't believe that, Ted. To misjudge the angles like that, I mean, it wasn't as though he just caught the red, he hit it full in the face. And of course, that's just the thing that Stephen needs. Wanting one frame, an early lead would be so helpful for him.
Six. 7.
There certainly looks to be another red at the top of the pack available into this left-hand corner pocket.
15.
Not from that angle, though. I think he's going to have to go into the pike.
$22.
Nothing disturbed.
Stephen Hendry, 22.
A young man with a mission. Showing little emotion.
It's rather fortunate there, though, Ted. Could have left this red into the corner.
Ball stroke, 6. Stephen Hendry.
And everything going wrong at the moment for the world champion.
Well, Stephen taking this on. Certainly didn't play for the black, was trying to screw around the angles back to the baulk. But one good pot here, and he could be in business.
Eight. Nine.
Suddenly there's a hush in the Guildhall, Preston. 20-year-old Stephen Hendry looking for one frame and the biggest performance of his professional career so far.
Yes, and I'm sure Stephen won't be able to get it out of his mind that the title is his here at this visit.
17.
Just has to hold himself together.
"40 points the lead at the moment.
Indeed, with all the pressure that's obviously on Stephen here, I can't see him failing.
$28. $29.
He has played absolutely brilliantly in this final from start right up till now.
37.
Started this final session with 2 centuries.
And this is the red that matters now. 66 points in front, 67 on the table. Just one more red required.
44.
And Steve sits there, living an absolute nightmare. Stephen Hendry plods on. He so wants to take the #1 spot away from his opponent. This could be his 4th major success this season.
$59. $60.
And after the snooker we've seen tonight, Ted, would be nice now to see Stephen go out with another century.
Yes, John, he's already made more than anybody else. He's had 4 centuries in this championship since we've had the television cameras in. But that's... And Steve Davis, the world champion, the sportsman that he is, comes forward to shake the hands of young Stephen Hendry, the young 20-year-old Scot, who gains everything he set out to do and gets the UK Championship title.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask you, please, to welcome the presentation party consisting of the Chairman of Stormshill, Mr. Mark Sweeney, the Managing Director, Mr. David Kent, and the Chairman of Matchroom, Mr. Barry Hurd. And now to this year's runners-up. A cheque for £48,000. The top break prize of £8,000. Ladies and gentlemen, goes to Steve Davis. To the winner, a cheque for £100,000, a magnificent trophy, and the title of the 1989 Stormfield champion, Stephen Hendry.
Can I just say on behalf of everybody who's watched that, thank you to the both of you for, you know, a quite magnificent snooker final and quite a match, and it takes two to make a match. We have been saying that it's probably one of the most important matches for a long, long time, bearing in mind who's playing who. Stephen, do you agree with that?
I think definitely me and Steve, well, were the only two winners, really, this season so far. So definitely when it was with us both being 1 and 2, definitely. It was a very important match.
How much did it mean to you? Not just the United Kingdom Championship, not just the money, the trophy. Was it, you know, you versus Steve Davis?
I think I had a lot to prove. There was still a lot of people who didn't believe that I could beat Steve over a long amount of frames, a 2-day match. So I'm delighted for that fact of beating him. He's still sitting there. But yeah, there was a lot of people that didn't believe I could. So for that fact, I'm glad to do it.
You've played them all. How important was it to you?
Well, when you've played that many matches in the tournament finals, and I've been involved in a lot of finals, and I'm glad to be involved in them, how important they are, I don't really know. They're all important. Everyone's important.
But did this one get you just a little bit in any way? There's been a lot of hype, a lot of build-up and everything else.
I think, to be as honest as I can, that the World Championships is the one that really does get to you regardless. But the excitement of playing somebody like Stephen is a special occasion. So if that's getting to you, but I wouldn't say it's getting to you in the sort of the pressure or the nerves. It's just that all of a sudden, you've got a good player to play against. You've got to be ready, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. And today, perhaps I wasn't ready, and Stephen put me in tremendous amount of trouble. So I've been sipping water very nicely and sitting down quite a lot of the time.
You look to be nervous, if you can be nervous. You did miss a few that normally you don't miss.
Yes, but how can I impress upon you that it wasn't nerves?
Tell me.
Well, it's more a case of if you feel that you're playing well, and if you don't feel you're playing well. That's nerves doesn't necessarily come into that side of it. There's a lot talked about pressure in the game, and a lot of it's rubbish because we're under pressure all the time. It's just whether or not you're playing well with that continual pressure that's going through every match you ever play. And it's just a case of how you withstand it throughout the day. And if you don't withstand it as well, then never mind, you've not withstood it as good as you could do. It's very difficult to explain, and I'm sure I haven't really sort of... That was interesting, wasn't it?
No, I think we're getting the gist of it. But he was actually quite good, wasn't he?
Today, or yesterday as well, Stephen played a tremendous standard. And he really did, probably the most composed I've seen him in the matches. There's been times when perhaps the occasional miss, he's sort of dropped his head and banged the cue. He does bang the cue. He's had a new bottom put on because of it. But, yeah, he played very... I mean, I've been sitting down watching a lot of balls going. I don't sit down and watch the guy walk back to his chair or anything like that. But the standard he was playing at, he was obviously super confident, and I just had to sort of wait.
Yeah. He's actually said you were composed. You didn't look too composed on a few occasions.
Well, obviously, after leading 9-5 today, and to be only one frame in front, although still being in front, I felt very good going into the last session. Before the final started, if someone said you want to be 11-10 in front, or I would say 11-10 in front.
The first four tonight were remarkable. Probably one of the best sessions of snooker I think we've ever seen.
Yeah, I thought the first long red I've potted, it struggled in, and I just I just wanted to get the first frame. I mean, I won the first frame the 3 sessions before that, so I just wanted to do it again. Yeah. And I parked a lot of good balls in the break. I was pleased again.
You were pleased, Scotland's pleased, and I think everybody who's watched it is pleased. It was a great match, and well done to you. Well done to the opponent. Let's have some more snooker like that soon, can we?
Yes, I hope so.
Managed to see the reaction there from Steve Davis when Stephen Hendry said that he and Davis are the only 2 winners this season. Probably excuse Hendry for forgetting the first ranking tournament was the Hong Kong Open. He lost in the quarterfinals to Mike Hallett. Mike Hallett went on to win it. So just put the record straight. The winners this season have been Stephen Hendry, Steve Davis and Mike Hallett. It's been a wonderful championship, a wonderful day. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.